I've had a lot of fun over the last few weeks talking about the fictional dangers that could come from using cheat codes. From using Scrooge McDuck to talk about inflation concerns, to watching this man on fire make a point about NBA Jam, this has been a series that has allowed me to go completely over the top. But today we're going to bring things back to reality and talk about something that actually happened to me when I cheated in Disney's Aladdin on the Sega Genesis. Our story takes place back in January of 1994, and I was attending the Winter Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Although it's lost some of its importance in the last few years, CES was a huge deal 20 years ago, with all eyes locked on the hottest announcements. But even with the big reveals and fanfare, my favorite thing about old conventions is that magazines like Electronic Gaming Monthly, Die Hard Game Fan, and GamePro would give out free issues to anybody that passed by. As somebody who was always interested in games journalism, I would fill my bags with every magazine I could find and study them back in the hotel rooms. This is the issue I remember picking up the first day of the 1994 Consumer Electronics Show. I know this because I have 2 copies, because I'm sometimes greedy when it comes to free magazines. I remember the editorial about game censorship, the strong reviews for Castlevania Bloodlines, the news of the Sega CDX, and the rumors of a 64-bit Super Mario. But of all the things I remember seeing as I flipped through the pages, it was the level skip code in Disney's Aladdin that stuck out. For one thing, the code was insanely easy to remember. It's nothing more than A, B, B, A, B, B, and A, or ABBA, ABBA. But more importantly, I'd remembered seeing Disney's Aladdin on display over at the Sega booth, so this was my opportunity to get some use out of that issue of EGM. On the next day, I decided to get up bright and early and plant my flag at the Aladdin kiosk. With a certain dancing queen on my mind, I punched in the simple code and found myself transported to the next stage. And then the next. And the next. It worked like magic, and for a few seconds, I forgot that I was standing in the middle of the Consumer Electronics Show playing a Genesis game. And then I snapped out of it the moment the guy behind me called me names for cheating. "Why don't you play the game for real, loser?" the guy mocked. I was crushed. Of course, I eventually bought Disney's Aladdin and went through the whole thing without cheating. It's a great game and everybody should play it. But even though 2 decades have passed and I wasn't doing anything wrong, I still remember the guy scolding me for cheating in Aladdin. This is one of those rare occasions when a cheat code has had a real-world impact on my life. Also, for the record, that guy was a dick. Hey, thanks for watching the 23rd episode of the 32 Dangerous Cheat Codes. Sorry that my voice is a little more stuffed up than usual. I'm working through what appears to be an allergy attack. But the show must go on, as they say, and I'm determined to post an episode every day leading up to Christmas. We have some fun episodes going up throughout the weekend, along with my plea for trivia game show contestants. If any of this appeals to you, then I recommend you click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.